Welcome to United Country, Country Lifestyles. Brought to you by Riverside Realty and Auction. Come along as we travel highways, byways, hills, and fields of this extraordinary and majestic region. Sit back, relax, and enjoy United Country, Country Lifestyles.
Welcome to United Country, Country Lifestyles. Hope you're having a great new year. Today we've got a great show lined up for you.
In this month's show, we're going to visit a new local state-of-the-art veterinary clinic, Crab Orchard Veterinary Services, and I hope you enjoy the tour of this new facility as much as we have.
Also in this show, we stopped by for a visit with our friend Louise Leslie. Ms. Leslie is a native of Tazewell County. She was involved with the newspaper. She's an avid historian and a good musician. Hope you'll stay tuned because I think you'll like this interview.
Hey folks, welcome to this great one-level home located in Clear Fork, Virginia. Come on and let's take a tour.
Hey, welcome to United Country, Country Lifestyles. We're very pleased to be in the home of Miss Louise Leslie here in Tazewell. I'm also here with my business partner, Alan Neal. Ms. Leslie has been a real figure in Tazewell. Her family was in the newspaper business starting from about 1890 with the Clinch Valley News. And Ms. Leslie is a very interesting person and has a lot of nice stories. She's an author. She's written about 13 books with her fellow author, Dr. Terry Mullins, and we always enjoy those books, Ms. Leslie. So thank you for having us into your house today.
Thank you for coming.
And you and I both love Tazewell County, as we all do. It's a wonderful place to live.
Best place in the world. I don't want to live anyplace else, do you?
Yeah, no, I don't, Ms.
I
Leslie.
really don't.
You've seen a lot of changes in Tazewell County down through the years.
A whole lot.
Yeah, what would you say the biggest change that you've seen in Tazewell County has been in your lifetime?
I guess it's, well, of course, it's people moving in and out. Unfortunately, young people can't stay here because they can't get jobs sometimes, so there's a big exodus always. But did you know most of them come back eventually? When they retire, they'll come back because Tazewell has a special appeal to everybody, I think.
It sure does.
Don't you?
I do.
I bet you think that too, don't you?
It is. There's something about Tazewell I like. I'm of the younger generation. I really enjoy it. Of course, I enjoy the farm life.
It's hard to explain why. There's a special atmosphere or something in there.
Yep, it's just a kind of a slow country feel.
Yeah.
You're not caught in rush hour all the time.
Do you remember Ross Weeks?
I do.
You know, he wrote that book called A Last Great Place. Tazewell County is a last great place. And I really agree with him. He was an outsider, and he came in and he discovered that we were different from other people. And I never did realize it until I read his book. He was just amazed that people were so friendly, and that the scenery was so pretty, and that we loved history. And he just thought it was one of the last places that was like that in the world.
The Nature Conservancy said this was one of the last 20 great places on earth, so.
Well, aren't we lucky to live
We
here?
are lucky.
Really?
Tazewell used to have a lot of festivals and parades and that type of thing, and I know you were involved in some of those.
Well, now you weren't old enough to remember the sesquicentennial parade, are you?
No, not old enough.
That was in 1950, I think. It was one of the biggest things that Tazewell ever had. That was when Tazewell County was 150 years old. And we celebrated one whole summer. My mother was the chairman. So we celebrated here and everywhere. And that was one of the biggest things that Tazewell County ever had. There were thousands and thousands of people who came.
Everybody got along good and visited one another and took time to sit on the porch and have picnic socials and those types of things. I'm sure that people don't have time for now.
Now, that was one thing that Ross Weeks wrote about. He was amazed at everybody being so friendly. He wasn't, I think he came originally from New England. He was not used to people speaking to him on the street. And he would walk in the post office, he said, and everybody would say, "Hey, you." And he wondered, what were they saying, "Hey, you," for? And he would just kind of look at him. It was us saying, "How are you?" But we'd say, "How are you?" And he thought we were saying, "Hey, you." But he got so interested in Tazewell County that he was the biggest fan we could have had.
We heard you got some new books coming out. What are they about?
Dr. Terry Mullins and I together have done 3 community books. The first one we did was on the Cove, and then we did Tannersville, and then we did Thompson Valley. And they're pictorial books, and the pictures were gathered by the people in those communities, and they are real interesting. But they gathered the pictures and they gave them to us, and so we processed them and wrote captions about them and explained things. And they are on sale now, and they've done real well.
If some of the viewers are interested in the books, where can they find them at?
Most of them, you get them in the communities themselves, the community associations, like Thompson Valley has a community association, and they're the ones who sponsored this book. And Tannersville has a community group, and so does the Cove.
Okay.
And they're also on sale at the Historical Society and at the museum and at several other drugstores, like sell them.
Ms. Leslie, I really appreciate you allowing us to have this little interview with you. I wish we had more time, and hopefully you'll invite us back and let's talk to you again.
I'd love for you.
I know that you've been a great champion in Tazewell County and dearly loved by a lot of people in Tazewell County. You taught my daughter piano for many years.
I remember.
And I had known you before then, but I really got to know you better through her. She absolutely adores you,
Well, I did.
as do a lot of other children in the community. So a lot of those musical talents were derived as a result of Miss Leslie's tutelage at her little piano school.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that too.
Thank
Did that
you.
along with the newspaper. I had, because I never have decided right till now which one I wanted to do the most. So I tried to do both of them all these years.
Well, we hope you'll keep writing, because we sure do enjoy it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi there, folks. I'm in the Cove section of Tazewell County on a beautiful property that we're going to be marketing. Let's take a tour.
Looking for a large property to hunt, fish, take in nature, start a mountain ranch, or establish a corporate retreat? United Country Riverside Realty and Auction is proud to present the following property in the Cove section of Tazewell County, Virginia. Located 10 miles southwest of the town of Tazewell on State Route 91, this 514-acre property is truly a rare find. Facing south with sweeping views of Tazewell County's valleys and mountains, this property has much to offer, including an excellent interior road system and ample water via ponds, springs, and river. It has been thoughtfully managed by its owners. Biodiverse would describe this property. White-tailed deer, wild turkey, black bear, red fox, and bobcat are plentiful. Red-tailed hawk, blue heron, owls, crows, dove, red-winged blackbirds, finches, bluebirds, and meadowlarks are a common sight due to the abundance of habitat and food sources. Bald eagles are reported seen on occasion. The terrain is mixed from rolling and sloping to steep and is vegetated with bluegrass, native and introduced grasses, shrubs, brush, and trees. Many species, including majestic centuries-old oaks, which line an abandoned thoroughfare. Forgotten varieties of apple trees are dispersed throughout the property for the deer population. Hunting blinds are located along trails and feeding areas. Many extraordinary deer have been harvested on this property. Last but not least, flanking the property on the western side is the Little River, which is located in the Clinch River Basin and a tributary of the world-renowned Clinch River. The Clinch River Basin has been described by the Nature Conservancy as one of the last great 20 places in the world. The Little River has its origins just a few hundred yards upstream, as pure cold water flows from a deep underground aquifer on its journey 17 miles to the Clinch River. The Class 1 and 2 waters are navigable at certain times of the year by kayak and canoe. The new owner will enjoy a gated entrance and private road that parallels the river as well as access from Route 91. Morris Knob, towering in the background at just over 4,400 feet, is just one of the many beautiful scenic features offered by this extraordinary wild property. The Cove is a peaceful and historic farming community with descendants of revolutionary heroes still tending their ancestral lands. Land typically passes quietly from generation to generation. Shown to well-qualified buyers by appointment only, unavailable to the public since the early 1800s, opportunities to purchase property of this caliber come along but once in a lifetime. Will you own a property located in an area described by the Nature Conservancy as one of the last 20 great places in the world? Call Marcus Gilbert or any agent at Riverside Realty and Auction for a private showing.
Folks, so here's some of our results from our 2012 year. A lot of great solds on here. For example, this house right here, it was under contract with under a month and sold. We done a lot of specialized videos and we put a lot of it over the internet, so we had a lot of local buyers through our TV show. We had a lot of nationwide buyers from our internet presence. So if you want results, give us a call and we'll be glad to help you.
Welcome to our show. We're about 3 miles west of the town of Tazewell right now.
If you've been wondering what this beautiful red building is, down here west of Tazewell near the Crab Orchard Museum, it's the offices of Dr. Ann Uring. The name of the business is Crab Orchard Veterinary Services Incorporated. I'm with Dr. Uring and my business partner Alan. Beautiful facility, Dr. Uring. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing here.
Thank you. Well, I moved back here about 4 years ago and opened a business that was on Main Street for a little while. Since then, we've moved because of the high demand, and we offer a full service mixed animal practice. I do house calls for large and small animals, and we also offer boarding. So you can do all kinds of things with your small dog or cat. You can get teeth work done, you can get grooming, and all kinds of things.
Yeah. I noticed inside that you've got a play yard for your animals, and you've got big boarding facilities for larger dogs, and you've got kitty cat condos. So that's something new. And you said you might be coming online with some web cameras where people can actually, if they're away from their pet, they can watch their pet from the beach or wherever they're at. That's a pretty neat concept.
Thank you. Well, we have an interior courtyard where they're really well enclosed for them to play, and some of our luxury condos open into that courtyard so that your pet can be let out to exercise, and play around. Then we have 2 big grass lots in the back for them to exercise and play in. And hopefully in January we're going to add a service where you can use your smartphone or your laptop to access and see your pet while they're staying with us.
Yeah. I know I'm real attached to my pets, and that's real important because when we go on vacation, I don't want to be separated from my pets, and they don't want to be separated from me. I hate to leave my pets with just anybody. That's a really neat concept, and I'm glad you did that. Ann takes a lot of interest in people. The pet's part of your family, and Ann knows that, and she treats your pet just like it's part of her family too.
We do, and we treat your farm animal well too.
Yeah. And she does house calls, and she goes out and does large animal visits for farmers if they got a sick animal or they need pregnancy checking or whatever you need. Ann is a full service veterinarian, and Ann's been a friend of mine. She does my pets. Her mother's been a long time friend of mine, and we're very proud to have her here. She's got a beautiful facility. We'd like to take a tour.
This is one of our 4 exam rooms that we have. Then we're coming back into the heart of the hospital, which is the treatment area. This is where we do all of our treatments. We have 3 big counter spaces, lots of cage space, a wet-dry dental table, surgery suite, radiology, bath space for large and small dogs. We have an interior courtyard that our pets can come out of the luxury suites and play in for a little while. This is our boarding facility and our 2 clinic cats. And we have kitty cat condos available. They come in little bedrooms, restrooms, and living rooms, but they all join so you can let your cat have multiple spaces if you want it to. These are small dog cages if your pet's uncomfortable in a bigger run. And they also go in between so you can have multiple spots. These are our luxury dog condos, the ones that open into the courtyard. This is our future grooming room, so when we get a groomer, we can set them up in here and have hopefully full service grooming.
And we appreciate you letting us view this beautiful facility. We think our viewers will like this, and we appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate having you, and anybody can come out at any time and take a tour.
Alan, something that folks may not know is we're authorized dealers for TractorHouse.com. That's an international auction platform for machinery. They also own the truck paper. They own MachineryTrader.com. And we've had buyers that have come from Canada and Michigan. We've had inquiries from Africa and from the Middle East. So if you want exposure for your machinery, I think that we can give you the exposure you need. And also something that I didn't mention was our affiliations with Land and Farms and some of the other websites that just double up on the exposure that you get. Not only do you get exposure from United Country, you get exposure from all those websites as well.
As you can see, folks, we have a lot to offer you. Please stay tuned and check out some of our great listings.
Hey folks, and welcome back to the show. You know, we had a great year in 2012 and looking forward to a 2013 that'll just be outstanding. And standing here with my good friend Dale Hill, and me and Dale have really had a great year together. We've worked hard together on some properties, and we find that combining sometimes and team working property is a great way to get it sold. And so I just want to thank Dale for his hard work this year, and it's been great.
It helps us overcome a lot of challenges, Ronnie, and looking toward this year, I see one of our major challenges in this market right now is just the amount of listings we have.
Yeah.
We just really need homes to sell. We're way down on our inventory. We've moved a lot of houses, especially in the fourth quarter, and we need to start this year out with some good listings.
That's right. And so, you know, we, of course, we get out all the time. We look at lots and lots of properties, and you know, some properties sometimes just don't fit the sale market, but there's a lot of times that the property that you have will fit exactly the buyer that we already have and that the property that they're looking for. And so if you're interested in selling your property, or even if you have a thought that you might want to sell your property, we'd love to sit down and talk with you, and we can come as a team and just sit down and kind of ease your mind about the selling process and maybe even what your house might be worth. And there's a lot of things we can do besides just putting a sign in the yard and trying to sell the property. There's a lot of things that we can do to help you.
Just remember, when you work with Ronnie and I, it starts on the day we meet, and we don't end until the contract is ratified and the money's exchanged hands. We sit with you all the way through to make this an easy process.
That's right.
Something not to be fearful of, something how we can work with you. So like Ronnie said, call us one-on-one, call us at a team. We'd love the opportunity to work with you.
United Country Riverside Realty and Auction is your premier real estate and auction company. Our talented staff of real estate and auction professionals have the tools and experience to help you through the process of buying and selling. The national award-winning Riverside Realty leads the way with specialized marketing campaigns, including print, internet, social media, and even our own monthly TV show, Country Lifestyles. Nobody knows the country like we do. Call or stop by and see us today.
Before we go, folks, we've got one more thing. Ronnie Mullins here has had a great year, and he's been phenomenal in the sales, and he actually won our Top Producer Sales Award for the office. He's been a great guy, and Ronnie, we appreciate it all.
Thank you guys, Alan and Marcus. I really appreciate it, and I love working here. It's a great business to be in.
We've got one more award we'd like to present today. This award goes to Dale Hill. Dale's been in the real estate business for about 7 or 8 months. Dale, you've had a phenomenal year. It's been a real pleasure working with you, Dale, and just wish you lots of success in 2013. I'm sure you'll do well.
Marcus, I really appreciate it, and I'm glad to be part of the team here with you now. Folks, remember, if you missed today's show, you can see it anytime at uctazewell.com, 24 hours a day.
And we invite you back to see our next show. I'm sure it'll be exciting. We love every one of you, and thank you.
Thank you much.
In the field today with our ag expert. Sorry. Tongue across the burn. You this month. Tell us about it, Alan.
Well, we've got, what do we got?
That's exciting stuff, Alan. Before we get to those, I did it too. I got my
Do
part.
it again. You got 3 tries, though.
Guys, I bought my farm from Riverside Realty. Oh, okay. Realty. Hey, here we go. Cut. All right, cut on that. All right. Hey guys, I bought my farm from Riverside Realty. You know what? I bought my farm from these guys.
Riverside Realty and Auction.
And I may buy another one.